Hello, denizens. We are out here in the middle part of Alberta, Canada at Metis Crossing, a special resort built by the Metis community to celebrate and teach visitors about Metis history and culture. I won't get into the details here, but the Métis are an Indigenous people who populated Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, who got the raw end of many deals offered by the Canadian government, as did every other Indigenous group in this country. Do you see a pattern there? This is also something I'm not going to get into here because I'm not an expert, and you can find out about this utterly tragic history online on your own. This video is about a life-affirming, positive experience. We were taken on a brilliant Bison tour by one Lily Rose, a Métis elder and knowledge keeper. She made it very clear her name was not hyphenated. She was Lily Rose, not Lily, despite what the nuns wanted to call her. Metis Crossing had acquired a very large tract of land, which happened to be where the Plains bison roamed and provided food, clothing, and many other things to the Métis of the time. It was amazing spending time with animals who were almost killed into extinction. Humbling, in fact. Seeing these magnificent beasts roaming these reserves, they represented both the best of humanity and how they were part of the survival of the people here, and the worst when Europeans discovered the delicacy of bison tongue and would kill them, cut out their tongues, and then leave the carcasses to rot. Hundreds of thousands of bison reduced to almost none as the federal government sought to starve the Indigenous population and take away their way of life and their land. But here we were, a bit of the past, returning, shepherded by Lily Rose's stories of Métis life. The woodland bison were camera shy and didn't want to stand around posing for pictures. Apparently, the moms were being protective of their young ones and gamboled into the woods. Lily Rose circled the large area several times in her Honda Pilot, but to no avail. So, off we went to the elk reserve. We caught only glimpses of these majestic beasts, as they too were skittish today. We did catch brown patches of a buck with massive antlers ducking almost impossibly in and out of the dense forest. Lily Rose was annoyed, as they usually put on a good show. Truth be told, none of us were disappointed. We could have listened to Lily Rose's stories of her life growing up here endlessly. I asked if she knew about the medicinal plants here, and she quickly recounted making tea from all variety of plants. Fireweed, which was pretty much good for any ailment. Rat root for congestion that apparently tasted worse than Buckley's cough syrup. Bulrushes, yarrow, and many more.
Ramona, where is she? There she is. She's stopping to pick Saskatoon berries.
The white bison were in good form and gave us lots of opportunities to take pictures. Then we moved on to the Plains bison area. Plains bisons were the ones who mostly populated this region. Also gave us some good photos. Finally, we ended up in the sort of wild Percheron horses reserve, working horses that once pulled the Métis Red River carts. Another interesting story. They get to run free and mate in the wild, and every once in a while a couple are picked from the herd to be fully domesticated. We then returned back. Lily Rose finished by saying that the bison were almost gone, just like the Métis, but both have come back even stronger. That was a very emotional moment. It's important to include real moments in your life. It's important to see where things come from. Meat is not raised on a styrofoam slab covered in cling wrap, because humans can wipe everything off this planet. Therefore, it becomes our responsibility not to. We are the custodians of Earth, whether we like it or not, and we're not doing a very good job of it, though seeing the return of the bison gives me hope. I don't miss the irony of working in a digital world whose existence depends on ones and zeros, faking physical experiences. We attach meaning to websites, but they are facades. And your operating system, also just ones and zeros. Do you spend your time on YouTube learning things? Being endlessly entertained, or do you just waste your time listening to people who confirm your prejudices? We all need to take stock of the time we spend on this greatest of time wasters. The opportunity to see the bisons was a gift. I had no interest in taking a selfie with one, as it would have been a fine way to get gored. Come to think of it, that would have made a really great YouTube short. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.